And the fourth important aspect is ability to find innovative ways for trimming costs. It's all about cost containment in the pandemic era. You have to conserve your cash, whatever little cash flow is coming. So whether by digitization or by removing certain fat or flap from your organization and being focused on your bottom line. One way is to figure out where are the different avenues to cut costs. If one applies their mind with intent, uh, at least 25-30% of costs can be contained, right? So there are different ways to do that, but I think that's very critical in today's. Even the large, well-established Fortune 100, 500 companies in today's day and age, their mantra is cash conservation. So as a startup, you have to be all the more aware and all the more conscious that you have to cut costs whenever you get an opportunity. This fifth component is the ability to innovate products, right, and fill opportunity gaps. Two important factors here, points. Ability to innovate products. You may have a product or service that you think is innovative, but it's like peeling the layer of an onion one after the other. So you have to constantly push the envelope, look at further avenues of innovation, right? It could be through digitalization, it could be through big data, it could be through analytics, it could be through blockchain, whatever it is, right? There are layers of innovation. One has to explore and push yourself to 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 uh, constantly figure out what is the next round of innovation that you can do. A and B, filling opportunity gaps. So the good thing, I would say, the upside, of course, the pandemic is a human tragedy of mammoth proportions, but still there are a lot of opportunities. Um, you know, uh, the Chinese, for example, Chinese is not a popular word to use these days, but the ancient wisdom told that, in challenges, the default word they look at in challenges opportunity, right? So that way, there will be some gaps. You have to look at those opportunity gaps and try to fill those gaps in that's another important aspects of adaptability of a startup that the VC would look at. The sixth important point is creating differentiation for your product. Again, as a startup, you would have thought that, hey, my product is unique and it's different. But again, you just like innovation, you can keep on looking at different angles or dimensions to differentiate further. So the more you differentiate, the more barriers you create. The more you differentiate, the better chance of being successful in the market. Yeah. The seventh critical aspect of adaptability has to do with embracing automation, right? Trust me, a lot of aspects of a startup can be automated. It could be back office, it could be the process itself, and today you have this robotic process automation technology, right? RPA. It's certain repeatable tasks can be automated, right? Things like record keeping, bookkeeping, managing human resources, and customer service using a conversational chatbot, for instance. All of this could be automated, right? So it's very critical to embrace automation and automate whatever is possible wherever possible, right? Again, it's a mindset thing. If you are able to embrace principles of design thinking, then you'll be able to automate, you'll be able to digitize, you'll be able to embrace analytics and machine learning and so on and so forth. All critical things to be adaptable and nimble and flexible. The last but not the least aspect of adaptability, and we are coming almost to an end of the session, is that the ability to assess risks and working around them, right? So the risks could be of various kinds: operational risk, financial risk, so many risks, right? So as an entrepreneur, as a startup, you're so involved and sucked into your product and service and looking at cost containment that you may miss your you may miss the risk aspect of running the business: operational risk, financial risk, and so on and so forth, right? So, and many risks, some are controllable, most of them are uncontrollable. So you need to bucketize into risks that you can influence and risks you cannot influence, and try to mitigate, take proactive measures, identify those risks which are controllable, and address them on a war footing, especially in the pandemic era.